What does it take to truly understand the depths of the human soul? For Fyodor Dostoyevsky, the answer lay in suffering, hardship, and redemption. His novels, filled with complex characters and moral dilemmas, are windows into the darkest and brightest corners of humanity. Today, we'll explore the life of this literary giant, focusing not just on his masterpieces but on the personal struggles that forged his genius. At the end of the video, you can see the first AI-generated video of Dostoyevsky on YouTube, how he might have looked in a modern setting, and even a smiling expression on his face. Fyodor Dostoyevsky was born in 1821 in Moscow, the second of 7 children in a middle-class family. His father, a strict and often harsh military doctor, dominated the household. Young Fyodor found solace in his mother's warmth and, more importantly, in books. But tragedy struck early. His mother died of tuberculosis when Dostoyevsky was just 15. Shortly after, his father was murdered by serfs who worked on the family estate. Some say this violent loss haunted Dostoyevsky for the rest of his life, shaping his views on justice, morality, and human suffering. Despite these hardships, Dostoyevsky showed immense talent as a writer. At 24, he published his first novel, Poor Folk, a heartbreaking tale of poverty and human dignity. The literary world celebrated him as Russia's next great writer. But Dostoyevsky's life was never smooth. Success was fleeting. His next works were poorly received, and his financial troubles began to mount. Yet, it wasn't just external struggles that plagued him. Dostoyevsky was battling epilepsy, a condition that would follow him throughout his life. Dostoyevsky's darkest moment came in 1849. He was arrested for participating in a group that discussed politically radical ideas. Labeled a threat to the Tsarist regime, he was sentenced to death by firing squad. Imagine standing in a frozen square, blindfolded, hearing the click of rifles ready to fire. Just moments before the order was given, Dostoyevsky's sentence was commuted to exile in Siberia. The ordeal left him forever changed. In Siberia, Dostoyevsky lived among convicts, thieves, and murderers. It was here that he began to see the raw essence of humanity, the good, the evil, and everything in between. These years shaped his belief in redemption through suffering, a theme that permeates his later works. When Dostoyevsky returned to St. Petersburg, he was a changed man. He began writing with renewed purpose, channeling his experiences into some of the most profound literature ever created. Crime and Punishment, one of his masterpieces, delves into the mind of Raskolnikov, a man who believes he can commit murder without guilt, only to be crushed by his conscience. The novel is a chilling exploration of morality and redemption. But Dostoyevsky's personal life was far from peaceful. He faced crushing debt, the deaths of his first wife and child, and a lifelong struggle with gambling addiction. Yet, even as his personal world fell apart, his creative genius flourished. One of the most iconic scenes in all of literature is the Grand Inquisitor from the Brothers Karamazov. In this parable, Dostoyevsky confronts the eternal conflict between free will and authority, faith and doubt. Through this and other works, Dostoyevsky forces readers to wrestle with life's deepest questions. Why do we suffer? What is the nature of good and evil? Can love and faith overcome despair? By the time of his death in 1881, Dostoyevsky had cemented his place as one of the greatest writers in history. His works continue to resonate because they speak to the universal human experience, the struggle to find meaning in chaos. But what makes Dostoyevsky truly remarkable is not just his literary brilliance, but his unbreakable spirit. He turned personal suffering into art, proving that even in the darkest moments, creativity and faith can light the way. Fyodor Dostoyevsky's life reminds us that genius is not born from comfort but from the courage to face life's harshest trials. His journey shows that pain can be a teacher, guiding us toward understanding, compassion, and, ultimately, greatness. If this story moved you, please like and share it. Subscribe to our channel for more stories of extraordinary individuals who found light in the darkness. And remember, within every struggle lies the seed of transformation. Now, as promised, we produce to you his recreated appearances.